Hello everybody, what's going on? This is Andrew, and today I'm going to play some Explorer, but before I get to it, I wanted to touch on the fact that there's been a banned and restricted announcement targeted at the Explorer format. Winota, Joiner of Forces, and Tybalt's Trickery are now banned in Explorer. Now, in this article that Wizards has posted, they say that, they will reevaluate the Winota ban as more cards come available in the format, online, on Arena. But for now, they think the deck is too powerful. Now, it doesn't really matter what I think, but personally, I think that the ban is a little premature. Yes, Winota is a very good deck. I don't think that it was necessarily right to ban it yet. I think there are other really good decks in the format. I think the Greasefang deck is just as strong as the Winota deck in a lot of ways, and has a very similar play pattern to the Winota deck in a lot of ways. So, I don't know. I don't love this ban. The format's only been out for, a month? Like a week. So, give some people some time to figure things out. I don't mind having a deck that's on top that everybody's trying to kill. Kind of helps build your sideboard and build your deck in a specific way also. I don't know. I think it's a little early, a little soon for this, especially since the format's only been out for a week, but I can understand the arguments that the deck's a little bit too powerful. So, this is going into effect today. It was announced yesterday, going into effect today. So, what are we doing in the format now? Winota's gone, what's going on? Well, like I said, I think that the Mardu Greasefang deck becomes the number one deck. I don't know if this is the exact specific build that you want, but you want something like this, where you're putting cards into your graveyard. You have your 4 Greasefangs, you have your Sky Sovereign, your Parhelion, and you're just trying to play a mid-rangey game, and then sometimes accidentally combo kill your opponent. This deck gets really grindy post-board. It can attack on a bunch of different axes. It's a really strong deck, and I would not be surprised if this just becomes the de facto best deck in the format. So since this is the de facto best deck in the format, we need to make sure that whatever deck we're playing can kill Greasefang for relatively cheap, and we can keep up with, a 3-mana 4/3 is pretty easy to kill. Right, lots of things deal 3 damage, or give -3/-3, or just destroy target creature. So whatever we decide to do moving forward, we need to kill Greasefang. I would not be surprised if some sort of Rakdos Sacrifice deck ends up being the best deck. This deck gets to regularly turn on their Fatal Pushes and their Voltage Surges out of the sideboard. Both can deal with Greasefang, and this deck can kind of grind alongside the Mardu Greasefang deck. Jund Sacrifice is another option. Again, being able to turn on your Fatal Pushes pretty easily. Mortality Spear is a cheap way to deal with the Greasefang as well. I would not be surprised if this deck picked up a little bit with Winota gone. Other options, other decks that I've been seeing people post about that do well, Mono Blue Spirits. This deck, again, has cheap ways to interact with the Greasefang deck in Geistlight Snare, Lofty Denial, and Brazen Borrower. And they're just attacking on kind of a different axis than the rest of the format is used to. I would be prepared to deal with cheap aggro decks like Blue Spirits or like Mono Red. Mono Red gets access to Wizard's Lightning or Lightning Strike and puts you on a clock. So again, with Winota gone, the 4 toughness to 3 toughness might be the difference. So prepare your decks to deal with the 3 toughness Greasefang, and be ready to see, I think, more Rakdos Sac, more Mono Red, more Mono Blue moving forward. So today, I don't have an ideal meta deck moving forward ready yet. I was working on something that I didn't have it quite ready for today. So instead, I'm just going to play this Niv-Mizzet Reborn deck. It's a goofy deck. It's got a lot going on, but I think it's powerful, and it's playing enough interaction to stay up with the Greasefang decks, and it's got a good finisher suite to end the game. So again, the namesake card is Niv-Mizzet Reborn. In Explorer, usually this card is paired alongside Bring to Light, which is a 5 mana sorcery that lets you go get any card from your deck based on the number of colors of mana used to cast Bring to Light. So it's essentially extra copies of Niv-Mizzet Reborn. Obviously, we don't have access to Bring to Light in this format yet, unfortunately. So instead, I'm playing a couple copies of Teferi, Hero of Dominaria, and a copy of Tamiyo, Collector of Tales. I think Tamiyo might end up being too slow and not the one of that I want here, but I wanted something else that can kind of grind a little bit. So I think it's okay. Otherwise, this deck is pretty similar to other Niv-Mizzet Reborn decks you might have seen. We've got some Acceleration and Growth Spiral and Paradise Druid. We've got some removal, Heartless Act, Valky, Tyrant, Scorn, Assassin's Trophy. Some more card advantage in Expressive Iteration, Omnath, Tamiyo, and Yasharn. K-Command does some pretty good work here as well. And then we've got a Selfless Glyph Weaver. I think this card's kind of ridiculous, but Deadly Vanity is a really good spell, and we're playing the long game, so, you know, maybe it's good. But yeah, it's a pretty classic Niv deck. We've got Gigantha the Wellspring as our companion, and then in the sideboard, we tend to put a lot of our control cards, that are cards we want for the control matchup, in the sideboard, because we have so many pieces of spot removal in the main deck. So, tune the main deck to beat the creature decks, and then sideboard out all of your removal. Bring in your Thought Seizes, your Vetoes, your Go Blanks, your Mystical Disputes in post-board games. And then I've got a Spicy Carnage Tyrant down here. I love this card, and it seems like it could be good as an additional control finisher. So that's this deck. Again, I'm not saying that this deck is the best deck or what you want to be doing in the format now. I'm working on what I would play in the format moving forward, but for today, we're just going to have some fun with some Niv-Mizzet while we talk about and think about what to do in this format moving forward. All right, getting into our first match here with Niv-Mizzet Reborn. We're on the draw, unfortunately. One thing to know about this deck is that we play a bunch of lands. It's got like 28 lands in it or something, and a bunch of cycling lands. We're going to keep this hand. So we want to draw lots of lands, and then we want to cycle them away to draw better spells later. Oh, well, this hand's probably going to lose to that. Let's see. We can play the Jund Triome turn 1 here. And we can Heartless Act something, hopefully, but Mono Red's a pretty bad matchup for us. We have lots of shock lands and tap lands and stuff, so I'm not convinced that we'll be able to keep up here, but Klothys is good at trying to help. So we'll go land pass. We're going to shoot something with Heartless Act this turn. Karizev, interesting. You know what? I actually think we're taking the 1 here. We drew the untapped land for Klothys, but I wasn't sure that we were going to. So I think I'm just going to play the Triome this turn. Heartless Act the Kumano. And then next turn I can play Omnath, I think. Green, blue, white, red, yeah. So I put this Heartless Act in the deck last minute. I was deciding between it and Power Word Kill. Here, I wish it was Power Word Kill, obviously, but what are you gonna do? You gotta play with the cards before you know what what goes where, you know. They've got Bone Crusher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down to 5 here. They have another Play with Fire or something. It's a pretty good draw from our opponent. I think we're just dead. Yeah, Clarion doesn't even kill the Karizev. So land, Omnath doesn't do it, Klothys doesn't do it, and that doesn't do it. Okay. quick game 1. Let's get ready for game 2. Vanishing Verse comes in here, and Gigantha leaves, and Tolsimir comes in here. Tolsimir's really good at dealing with mono red things. I think Tamiyo is probably too slow. We can take Tamiyo out. And the Selfless Glyph Weaver is not great here, but it is a creature that we can cast. It might just be trim like a Niv-Mizzet or something. That seems fine. Okay. Let's... That Deafening Clarion that we drew at the end there was almost enough to get us back in the game, because we could have Clarioned, and then if they don't have a burn spell that turn, we can play Omnath plus play a land to start gaining life. So like we were almost there, but not quite. We'll keep this. Triome into Hinterland Harbor, Growth Spiral, have Clarion ready. Yep, there's Soulscar Mage. Steam Vents is a good draw, because I just want to play this Niv-Mizzet as early as I can, reasonably. Yeah, I hope to play a creature here. Yeah, cool. I take some damage here, but the Clarion's going to slow them down. Growth Spiral. Put this into play. Just going to Clarion and play a tap land. And then I think I have Niv mana, right? Blue, red, black, green, white. Yeah. Yasharn's going to turn off the Bomet Courier eventually, too. Okay, they are lighting up the stage. They've got double lightning strikes, so they can kill Niv. But you know what? Niv's going to draw me some cards. Just 2 cards? Oh, just shoot me. Just trying to burn me out here. Okay. And no attacks. That is interesting. This can be green or black. So I can go Yasharn. Get my basics. And then do I want to hold up Assassin's Trophy or Vanishing Verse? I think Vanishing Verse. Yeah, I think this is an attacking turn. Stomp Yasharn, sure. And play with Fire Yasharn. Should I kill the Bomet? Oh, I can't kill the Bomet Courier. Yeah. That's fine. So the Bomet Courier gets to sacrifice and draw 2 cards here. I will kill the Etchings of Kumano. So I get to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, the maintenance hasn't started yet? What? I thought we were already post-maintenance. We're going to crack the Bomat to draw 2 cards here. And now they've got 4 mana to try to kill me. They don't have enough. Cool. Can we win game 3 on the play? Well, I didn't have it in my deck before. That was bad UI. Why did it put it back in my deck? I didn't want it there. I took it out last time. Okay. Let's see. Can we get the last game on? This is a good hand. I can't get the Vanishing Verse. I guess I can. The Paradise Druid is going to let me cast the Vanishing Verse. Yeah, I'll go Paradise Druid here, I think. Maybe it's better to just go for Growth Spiral. They get to hit for 3. No blocks. And they've got Scrap Heap Scroungers, sure. So now I can just play this and hold up the Vanishing Verse. Hold up Vanishing Verse plus Growth Spiral, actually. Do I just do this now? No, I'll let them go into combat at least. Kill Karizev. I'll take 3. Shocking. Okay. And then just casting Bone Crusher. I'll Growth Spiral. If they want to kill Paradise Druid, they can. They decide to not to, so I can just land Niv-Mizzet this turn. That's probably what I should do. Yeah, now they're doing it. It's fine. My Druid has done her job. Tyrant score an Assassin's Trophy to Fairy. Sounds good to me. They had unlicensed disintegration. Okay, that makes sense. Let's see. If I Teferi plus, I need to draw a land, but then I could K command, and that would keep me in the game. I can just go Clarion Pass. I'm trying to figure out if there's something else to do other than Clarion Pass. K command can blow this up and kill this. That still gets me. Yeah, okay. So we'll go Clarion Pass. They can only do one thing this turn unless they Stomp plus bring back Scrap Heap Scrounger. I do need to gain some life because they have the Ramanap Ruins. It looks like that is their play. I think I'm into Assassin's Trophying the Ramanep Ruins. Oh, they just slow roll a Lightning Strike. Sure. That deck was sweet. I really liked that build. I had actually wondered... I said I was working on something. I had thought about playing something like this. This was a sweet build of this deck. Scrap Heap Scrounger, Unlicensed Disintegration, Lightning Strike, all really good ways to pressure the Greasefang deck. And then getting access to Ob Nixilis also seems pretty good. I like it. I like it a lot. All right. Let's get a different matchup and see if we can get a win with this 5-color Niv deck. Gonna keep this hand. This hand's pretty good. Proving Ground means all of my lands are untapped, and this provides black for the Putrefy. Thoughtseize. Oh, Knight of the Ebon Legion. Okay. Mono black should be an interesting matchup. Oh, black blue. Am I putrefying or expressive iterating? I think I'm just gonna play a untapped land and pass. Hold the putrefy. See if my opponent wants to pump mana into the knight. Knight on its own isn't too big of a threat. So we'll just see what they want to do from here. No land. Deal. Okay, so this is the 3-color Vampires deck. They play 3 colors because they're playing the new legend, Xander, or whatever its name is, the crime boss of the of the Grixis coalition in Streets of New Capenna. Here, I think I putrefy the Knight of the Ebon Legion. Cool. So now we can go Tamiyo. And then we'll just go ahead and plus the Tamiyo. We'll look for Niv-Mizzet Reborn. We bind an Omnath, which we could pick up and could be good next turn. Then we also have the Teferi to draw to. Yeah, I've seen this Corpse Appraiser card getting played quite a bit also. Oh, they can take my cards. Interesting. Okay. It's good to remember. We have this Deadly Vanity that we could pick up later potentially too. Tap land, attack Tamiyo. Yep.
You are setting a bad example.
Okay, there's a removal spell. So now I can Teferi and then plus Teferi and hold up Heartless Act. And keep both my Planeswalkers alive. So let's plus again for Niv-Mizzet.
You will find my notes helpful.
Okay, milled over some stuff that doesn't matter, that's fine. Forest Teferi plus Teferi.
Keep up the pace.
And then untap this and this. I think I'll go ahead and Heartless Act the Corpse Appraiser here. They draw 1 fewer card this way, and it keeps my Planeswalkers alive. Attacking Teferi makes sense. I will plus Teferi. I could just pick up the Heartless Act to just kill the Champion of Dusk next turn. Let's... I could plus for Niv. Let's Expressive Iteration first, actually. Okay. Put a Niv into my hand. Put a Niv back into my library. Exile this. Play this. Let's minus. Oh. Weird. Okay. I guess I was taking too long and they just wanted to concede. I was going to minus, put the Heartless Act back in my hand, use Heartless Act to kill the Champion of Dusk, still have 2 Planeswalkers, cycle the Zagoth Triome, and then cast Nib next turn. Would have been pretty good against them. They still had a full hand of cards, so yeah, I don't know. Vanishing Verse is okay against them. It doesn't hit this vampire or the big legend whose name I'm misremembering, but it does hit everything else. So I think it's pretty good here. I think Thought Seizes are probably good against them. And then I don't know about Go Blank. Probably Go Blank's probably too much, but Thought Seizes are probably good. Don't really need Yasharn. Klothys might be a little slow. Yeah, let's take out Klothys, and I'm thinking about taking out like the Lorehold command. Something like this. Tamiyo was good there. If you can stick Tamiyo and she's not under very much pressure, she just generates a bunch of card advantage for you. Because she's got a pretty high starting loyalty. She turns off cards like Thoughtseize and stuff like that. Yeah. I guess. Thoughtseize. They take Kolaghan's command? Probably. When you Thoughtseize somebody and you see 2 cards that are the same, you usually want to take the card that does a different thing. So I can go Zagoth Triome on 1. Then I can Tyrant Scorn something next turn if I need to. Yeah, there's Knight of the Ebon Legion and nothing else. Okay, yeah. I'm just going to play this and pass. No land, they just kept... Do I want to kill this? I don't even know. No, I'll just take 1 this turn. Sure. So one of the reasons I did it this way is because I knew I was going to have to play tap land this turn. So I still have the Tyrant Scorn up. Yep, go ahead. Hit me for 2. Seems like they might have a Corpse Appraiser, but they don't want to cast that yet because nothing's dead. Just another Dusk Legion Zealot. That's still fine. Yeah, I still think I'm just chilling. We'll play this. Pass the turn. I will use the Tyrant Scorn eventually. Just like taking 1 multiple times from these guys is not... I just don't think it matters. Sorin matters, and I wish I had something to deal with the Sorin, but... Okay, just a Champion of Dusk. Am I going to Tyrant Scorn the Knight of the Ebon Legion now? Or am I just growth spiraling? I think I'll just kill it now. They still draw 3, lose 3. They probably hit a land, and they hit a Thoughtseize. Okay, well, one of these Omnaths is gonna hit the battlefield. Omnath, draw a card, play a tap land, gain some life, say go. We'll see how they play this turn. Oh, just attack with all? I'll block. Sorin doesn't really do anything for now. Yeah, they're gonna do the Corpse Appraiser thing. That's fine. Clarion cleans this up pretty nicely. Play Gifted Aetherborn. Do it. Another Zealot. Yep. Oh, you're just nuking me? Interesting. Kill your stuff. Play Paradise Druid. Say go. So I'm playing the Paradise Druid just to threaten Sorin, to make them to play to the board again. They wrote in there go blanks. Okay. There's a Knight of the Ebon Legion and a second one. Okay. Their draw's been really good. Tyrant Scorn's pretty good here. So let's see. Kill that. Attack Sorin. Yep, they decide to block, and I'll pick up Gigantha. Okay. This card's been really good in these vampire decks. And they found the legend, I'm guessing. Yeah, Lord Xander the Collector. And they had to back up Sorin, sure. Hey, it looks like we've lost this game. I'll play it out because we still have some good draws. Like, if we draw one of Extinction Event on odd, it's all of a sudden pretty good. But okay, so we milled over the Extinction Event. Did we mill over Tameo? Not yet. They get to draw some cards with their castle. Tameo can pick up. Oh, Heartless Act doesn't even do it. Again, getting punished for the Heartless Act. I can bounce this with Tyrant Scorn. Oh no, I can do it. Right, I can use Gigantha for mana. Pick up Extinction Event. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Heartless Act doesn't do it. Can I pick up Niv and cast Niv? I could. Can I cast this thing? No. So I think I'm gonna do it this way. So I could get Niv here. I just don't think that's actually how I win. So I think I pick up the Extinction Event. Then an extinction event on odd. Kill everything. Your turn. I'm still behind here, but Tamiyo gets to look for a Niv-Mizzet. Still have, no, I just have one more in the deck. So it might be better to look for Teferi. Because I still have 2 Teferis in the deck, yeah. Oh. That was a good play. Soren kills Tamiyo. Mm-hmm. What? Joke's on you, opponent. Got no thoughts for you to seize. Okay. That is going to do it. We can block, but we're just super behind. That's kind of annoying. They keep drawing like the best card in their deck. Yeah, we're dead. We had some cards to draw too, but didn't find them there. Yasharn actually stops the sacrifice stuff, so maybe I keep Yasharn in. Trim like a Paradise Druid or something. I could bring in the Go Blanks. I could bring in like Dovin's Veto. Just don't know if that's what I need to be fighting on. There's so many things I need to deal with that my opponent has. It makes it tough. I think we just make that one change and run it back. See if we can win a game on the play. I gotta mulligan this, unfortunately. I can't even cast the Assassin's Trophy. Gotta keep this and cross our fingers, I guess. Think I'd rather put the Niv back here. Yeah, that was a mistake. I should have played the Sun Petal Grove first for sure. Yeah, I don't see us winning this game, unfortunately. I think this is a matchup we can win, but obviously our draw is not going to really work out. Drowned Catacomb gives us some life. It means our removal spells are turned on. Okay. It's not over yet. And I think I will just kill this. Shock. I think I'm just discarding both of my spells. Mulliganing is so brutal. Just like nothing we can really do. We can draw out of it. It's still possible. They're not putting any pressure on us, but we're gonna need to start drawing good pretty soon. Niv isn't even a good draw. We don't have White, blue. Oh no, we do. Okay. But that's fine. We'll just flood from here probably. And this is how you dismantle a control deck, right? You duress them, you go blank them, you thought seize them. You kick them while they're down. And honestly, control is one of this deck's better matchups because they have so many tools. Well, I get to Tamiyo here. I get to tick up looking for...
To the library.
So do I look for Niv or do I look for a removal spell to keep Tamiyo alive? That's the question. If I'm looking for a removal spell, I'm probably looking for... Oh... I don't know, Tyrant Scorn would be the one I'd be most likely to hit. I think I just have to look for Niv, though. Oh, I would have missed anyways. Now to kill Tamiyo, they have to blank their whole turn because they need to use Knight of the Ebon Legion. So I've got that going for me at least. I think they have to kill the Tamiyo here. It's too risky for them to not to. Can I find a Niv? No. Yeah. This Vampire's deck just has so much selection in it, thanks to these Corpse Appraisers and the Dusk Legion Zealots. I would love to find my Deafening Clarion, but that's just wishful thinking. I'll trade with a Knight. Okay, cycle this. Yeah. It's unfortunate. Like, the deck has lots of lands in it, so that's fine-ish. We've still seen a lot of lands for how little of the deck we've gone through.
I bestow a mighty curse.
Yeah, and we're dead to the Hive of the Eye Tyrant, so that's an unfortunate showing for this deck. Just really nothing we can do here. Got buried under the Vampire's deck. And, you know, that's just how it goes. So I was hoping to come in and have some fun with our Niv-Mizzet deck, and we got to go off in 1 or 2 games, but we just died to tempo-y, disruptive aggro decks. And I think this deck's going to struggle against decks like that. Mono Red's usually tough to deal with because they get you low enough before you hit a sweeper, then they can just burn you out. And then the Vampire's deck is tricky to deal with because they draw so many cards. And then they've got Thoughtseizes to take our good cards, and we don't really have anything to deal with that. But I think the deck has a fighting chance against those decks, and you can construct it in a way that it's better against them. One of the first things I'd try is taking out the Heartless Act and putting in a power word kill. That would be a good first step. Maybe more Deafening Clarions is necessary. Like maybe you just do this and take out the Putrefy. It's a little mopey. Kolaghan's Command is good, but didn't really show up here at all. Yeah, I don't know. I think you can construct Niv decks that are competitive and you don't feel that ridiculous playing them, but we looked pretty silly playing against these fast aggro decks. So yeah, if you want to play this deck, make sure that you can deal with, you know, the aggro decks in the format. I mentioned at the beginning of the video that I think Mono Red and Mono Blue are going to keep showing up. People like playing this, or not Mono Black. It's a Grixis Vampires deck, but it's only Grixis, so you can cast Corpse Appraiser and Lord Xander. So you need to be ready to deal with those decks. And I'm not sure if Niv has what it takes, but Niv is fun, and it's interesting to try the Niv-Mizzet deck every once in a while. So, that being said, that's going to be it from me for today. I'm going to call this deck a thumbs down for now, but, you know, give it a shot, mess around. I think there's something you can do here. I just don't know if this build is quite right. So, again, that's it from me. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it, and I will catch you next time.